Hey, g'day you guys. Uncle Dad's the fisherman here. Where's me hat? In a second, I'll get me hat. Oh, there it is. Now, we're on to the second book, by the way. And just going to read you a poem here. We'll put this one down because it's down here. I'm trying to use that printer, but the bloody thing doesn't want to print. Okay, well here we are. This one's called Uncle Ronnie's Shed. Oh, actually this is Dad's poem. My dad. Glen Dahms. I'll show you how he is. This bloke was a bit of a champion in his own right. Very popular around the district. He's a working man. Alright, there he is. Hey Dad. Oh, never work these bloody things out. There you go. That's him down the bottom. Righto. So, Glen Dahms' poem. Uncle Ronnie's Shed. The Navy poured foundations for Uncle Ronnie's shed. It started off, the phone it rang and got me out of bed. Now it was kind of early, before 6 o'clock in fact. Says he, I need a little help, Uncle Ronnie, to trowel the concrete back. Now looking out the window, the sky was overcast. It only rained 6 inches in the 24 hours past. So says he, you think you could, from the neighbour, maybe borrow a wheelbarrow just for the day. We'll return the thing tomorrow. He'd feed it up with ready mix to bring the cement out. They'd get it to the site on time. Of this he had no doubt. Uncle Ronnie and Dad were pretty good mates. Into my four-wheel drive I climbed, wheelbarrow in the back. I said goodbye to wifey dear and headed up the track. The place where I was going to help this pal of mine, 'twas atop a bloody mountain at a place called Rise and Shine. The mixer truck arrived on time. It couldn't make the hill. The four-wheel drives, they spun. It slipped sideways and there it stood quite still. And had 6 inches of rain in the past 24 hours. Now Ron, he took on one look at this and sprinted home for tractor. We'll fetch it, I'll fetch it, and I'll go to the truck and pull. Twill be the telling factor. Dad's handwriting is all running writing. It's really beautiful. Alas, the tractor spun the wheels and dug itself a trench. The cement truck stayed where it was. It didn't budge an inch. I bring me four-wheel drive around, attached it to the front. We pulled together at different times, but we never had the grunt. So the neighbour I drives Ron about a mile away to get a bigger tractor and hope to save the day. Returning through the meadow, the gate I opened wide, and when I stopped to shut it, the bloody motor died. Now Ron had left before me. He was nowhere to be seen, so I had to walk back to the site, across the paddock green. Arriving back upon the site, a scene of great despair. Both truck and tractor I could see weren't going anywhere. So he snigged the truck back on the road to the bottom of the hill. The driver says, just one more go. I could see he'd had his fill. He charged her up the incline till she spun unto a stop. We hooked the tractor on in front and snugged her to the top. At last we were upon the scene. The pour got underway. Halfway through the boxing blew and poured cement away. The boxing goes around, you put the boards round and then they put the concrete in and she got too much weight in it and blew us hole out the side. To do it the rain again. We patched it up as best we could. Our energy was spent, and with the last hole partly poured, we ran out of cement. Oh, bloody boxing blues, I ran out of cement. We had enough to do the job. It was lying on the ground. The neighbour to put it in was nowhere to be found. The wheelbarrow. The wheelbarrow. There was nowhere to be found. What happened to the wheelbarrow? I heard our Ronnie say it was in the back of the four-wheel drive about a mile away. So with some frantic shoveling, the foundations were completed. Just what was said by one and all will have to be deleted. We loved the tractor. We towed the tractor to the road. The truck. Sorry, it's the way I printed this out. It's all okay. So we towed the truck to the road and seen him on his way. Whatever else he may forget, he won't forget this day. And so we took the tractor back to retrieve the four-wheel drive. And let's see. And something the answer why it was, to find the answer why it was, it couldn't stay alive because the motor died. On close inspection underneath, so it came to pass, wrapped around the tail shaft, a stool of guinea grass. Oh my gosh, this one's out of focus. So it spun around and round. She took line, it did sever. The fuel line it did sever. Without the fuel, the motor died. It couldn't go forever. So Ron and I, we patched it up. We had some wire about. To reconnect the fuel line, we took the seat right out. But little did we realise, as we replaced the seat, part of it was on the fuel line lodged and pinched it off quite neat. I said to Ron, I'll see you soon, and went upon my way. The motor died in half a mile, the second time that day. Poor old Dad. And he was good with stuff like that, but he could fix something out in the paddock. So back I trudged to Ronnie's place to get myself a tow. Just what was wrong with motor, I really didn't know. So we sneaked the truck along the road to the bottom of the hill. The driver says just one more go. I could see he'd had his fill. That's the page before, sorry. Okay, so there they are, the truck, and Dad went back to get his four-wheel drive, and the fuel line had been pinched off, and anyway, and then he got it down the road, she was pinched off again. Upon inspection underneath, pinched fuel line was discovered. Was soon put right, solved my plight, so home to my beloved. Now here I sit with pen in hand. I think it's all been said. I'll tell you what I never forget, the day we poured Ron's shed. Gee, Dahms. Pretty cool. I hope I haven't buggered that up too much by my talking, but where is it there? Down the bottom, gee, Dahms. That's my dad, Glen. Bloody nice bloke. Anyway, there we go. Partners, that's the first poem that I've put up from the new book, and it's called Blowing the Froth Off a Couple. Have a look at my YouTube channel if you like. Okay, see you later.